welcome back to another episode of FloorSeats podcast, episode 23. I go by the name of Tax. I got my man Zen with the lean Zanza here with me.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back.
Yeah, we took a little break. Much needed break. We got a couple things in the works though that we're excited to roll out soon. So please stay tuned for that. I assure you that this break didn't go, wasn't a waste. It's actually quite necessary. But yes, we got some dope stuff on the way, so definitely stay tuned for that. How's your week been?
Yo, man, it's been a solid week for me. Man, it was. Let me tell you something. Like, I was at the gym the other day, and so there was this guy. Excuse me, just as I stretched my back. I felt that shoulder day. So I was at the gym the other day, and there was like this older gentleman, older man in the classic tank top, tatted up, just gray sweats. It was just like your typical Southie like gym goer, but he was like he was just much older, out in Boston for those who know, and the moment I walked by. I was just grabbing some weights, and the moment I came by and like I sat down at a bench, just a couple feet from him to do some military presses, I was like, something tells me if I make eye contact with this dude, he's gonna start talking to me. Like he's just gonna start talking to me. Lo and behold, he did, and because I don't know why I see these things coming, but anyways. The moment he turned around and he's like, he started talking to me, and the first things he mentioned was the fact that he had like hella kids.
Damn.
He had like 10 kids. He had like 10 kids. First, he was like 66. He had like 10 kids, and he was a construction worker and he uses like a jackhammer at his job, like for like 8 hours a day, and he's like 66 and at the gym, and I'm just like, yo, why are all heads from Southie like tough as bricks?
Bro, that's all they know, bro.
It's just like God damn, like yo.
You know what it is like Southie's on like the few examples, especially in Boston, of like poor white areas, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing great about Southie.
For real.
For the most part.
I'm in there all the time. My boys out there, but my bad. Yeah, you say.
Yeah, so it's like the white ghetto for them out there. Like they're just like their idea of like they think Southie is like Key Street or something like that, or like or like the Bronx or something. Like,
bro, they are just. And maybe it is that mentality, right? That I'm just like, because like you said, Southie is like it's in the ghetto. Southie is in the hood. Part of it is in the hood. It's literally just it's Dorchester still. Like that's what gets me is it's still Dorchester, but we call it Southie because you're in a different part and the demographics are changed. It's like, oh, there's just a lot more. It's just poor white people, not poor black people. Interesting. Right. Like, I guess we're in Southie now, basically. But the point I was going there with that is, this man 66, construction worker, and he was still working. And this man saying like, oh, I'll be like just working with the jackhammer, but I'd be on the jackhammer 8 hours a day, but I still have to come to the gym, to stay fit and and be healthy. And I'm just hearing this, and I'm just like, man. I'm glad my ass is here, yo, because I have no excuse.
Bro,
I'm gonna have 10 kids, 66 construction working.
I felt bad hearing him 66 working construction all day and then hitting the gym. Like I need to get back into the gym myself. Like I've been doing a lot of like walks and cardio and stuff, but like with my fitness center at the crib, like you can't have more than 2 people in there, and people always go there with someone else. So it's like, fuck, I can't even get in at the time. It's just like dumbass later, dumbass early. But I mean, that's it's funny that I don't know, man. White struggle is different.
The poor white struggle. I don't know. To see that might even be a conversation. I don't know if it'd be too long to have.
We need to interview someone from Southie.
That's what I'm like.
You see that man again, invite him to the pod.
I'm gonna invite him to the podcast. No, he definitely is getting an invite. He was hella cool peoples too. He was like, he definitely had the, you're as young as you feel mindset. Right. Is like age is literally how you feel. That's what he said. Verbatim. Cause I told him, I was like, shoot, I hope I have as much energy as you do to be out and about at 66. Shoot, and I'm like that's another good almost 40 years on me, and I make every excuse I can. I be making hella excuses to go into the gym, to not go to the gym. And this man at 66 be getting up hella early to work.
Bro,
on jackhammer. I don't know. Bro.
Right, and I know like he still feels like the jolts of the jackhammer throughout the day sometimes too, man. Like I know it. 8 hours a day, like you know what I'm saying? Like
no, that's what that's why I couldn't really put two and two together. I'm just like, yo, your joints must be literally as thin as paper. That's my imagination. But like he said, you're only as young as you feel. Shoot, man, I really hope I do run into him next time. He was hella cool people. And yeah, I think just seeing people like that in the gym just also gets my motivation up. Because I'd be getting lazy as fuck even while I'm at the gym.
Yeah, I've been kind of slacking myself too. I'm just trying to get like my breathing and all that shit like back to where it needs to be. But I'm definitely soon about to start hitting the weights again, like start really shaving down. I'm dropping in weight, like it's visible, which is great. But I can afford to kick it up a notch. I'm going to do that soon. I think I'm waiting for it to get like colder, where people are like, all right, cool, I don't want to be outside that much. So then that way it's like, cool, I can go into my fitness center. Because while it's still warm, everybody's like, oh, I want to get up and walk around. And oh my God, now I'm going to go to the fitness center. Like, niggas ain't about it. I walk 4 miles a day. Pussies.
Damn, yo, you just might as well just be posting up outside your fitness center and just like punt faking heads, whoever wants to come in.
Nah, every time I think I'm trying to go, someone's already in there, bro. And like with social distancing and stuff, they only allow 2 people. So it's like,
you got to grill them from the window. Make sure they don't walk in. Give them second ideas.
What I'm about to do, I think I'm gonna get like a weighted like compression vest and stuff like that, like a compression suit. Start walking and stuff like that, like I do already.
You're a good guy.
I want my hops back and stuff too.
No, like
actually, you know what? I should just stand outside of the fitness center with the toolie, just tap on the window like.
That's what I'm.
Wrap this shit up.
The only reason I say that, because I'm like, that's why I'm like, you're a good guy. You're a better guy than me if you don't have that energy. Because when I was there yesterday, I was at the squat rack, right? But I was doing chest, so I was just like bench pressing. Because like at the gym, they only have Smith machines for doing anything related to a bench, which sucks, right. But it's whatever. It's the gym I got, but. Now because they have like social distancing guidelines, they call it social fitnessing. Matt Corny, but people have to wait a lot longer, and I'm coming in to do a lot of the same workouts that I used to do before all this shutdown, all this stuff that's going on right now, and I'm not really changing it up. So if I'm on a rack, like I noticed people are they noticeably more upset and annoyed. But like at the same time, too bad. Like I can't like I don't know why I can stress it enough. Is like too bad. Like I came to do my workout. I'm trying to get in and get out. some of y'all are just out in here, just chilling and just doing like whatever, just like, oh, I'm gonna just be on the squat rack. They're not the squat. I'm saying like they'll just be like, oh, I'm gonna lift up this dumbbells and do this, chill, and be on my phone for like a grip, and then I guess I'll just do this, But anyway, let me stop venting about the gym. I'm actually just getting into because going back recently, it just hasn't been fun. It's been annoying. But not to take away from what we got today in terms of topics. Since it's been a while, we kind of just decided to cram a few stuff in and just kind of run with it. Especially as which Prime Day, that was just, let's see, ended on the 14th. It was the 13th, 14th this year. Prime Day 2020. You got anything, Tax? What did you cop?
I didn't cop shit.
You didn't cop nothing?
Nothing. I'll keep it a bean. I just didn't think it was. I usually cop at least like an SD card or something. I didn't think it was it this year.
Interesting. Because for this Prime Day, right? Like there's a lot of hype, built around it. And I think just because obviously going out and shopping is difficult right now. Obviously, it's practically not happening because you like a lot of department stores. That's why they're all suffering and getting shut down. So a lot of people looked at Prime Day as like it's the second Christmas holiday of the year when it comes to buying things. And I'll keep it a being. No, I bought some stuff on Prime Day, and then. I don't know. It was like I bought some stuff, and then when I was going through the deals, like some of the stuff were not as like Prime Day was kind of like The hype had way more energy than the actual deals themselves. The hype was way more.
Nah, you know what it is. Prime Day is turned into marketing, like it's just SEO now, because like. Everyone's saying they have Prime deals and stuff like that. Like, it's ridiculous. On Prime Day, everyone has Prime deals. Like, I've seen so many other retailers say that. Like, turned on the TV, like, my mom was looking at, like, one of those, like, home shopping channels or whatever. And they have, like, Prime deals or whatever like that. I'm like, oh, y'all are so
cool. Everybody's playing off of the winning team. It's the winning team, right? Let's be real, though.
I think even like Prime Day has been kind of sus lately. Like this year was kind of whack. A lot of those deals are gonna come back anyway. You know what I mean? So,
not even just those deals are. I'll come back to that. There's two things I did want to bring up about Prime Day. One of which was the fact of how much money was made on Prime Day. What was disclosed. So they were like it was a CNBC article that I peeped where they said in the article they stated, paraphrasing a little bit, of course, that around $3.5 billion was made by third-party vendors on Prime Day. So basically, people with their own online stores, like the online stores and the businesses, small businesses on Amazon, and 3.5 billion. So they were trying to say, small businesses made a come up on Prime Day. Shout outs to basically, hey, look how good small businesses did on Prime Day. Isn't that great? Small businesses, Amazon cares about small businesses. That's kind of like the feeling I was getting out of the article. Like Prime Day benefited small businesses. But the one thing that in the article they explicitly mentioned was the fact that they did not have the numbers for how much Amazon themselves made on that day.
Yeah, the small businesses made that much. You can only imagine how much they made.
How much did the big man on campus, Bezos, how fat is his bank account right now? I know I'm making it sound like everything that we buy off Amazon is literally connected to his bank account, but
Bro, my man got the divorce, lost half his guap and made it back. He didn't care. Bro, he didn't care.
Oh man, this game, the money game is funny, yo. When you winning, you winning. Like when you winning, all you can do is win.
He took
when you make that much money, how can you lose? Like, come on. So I just find it interesting. Let me just dial back because you just find it interesting that they didn't want to really disclose how much money Amazon made that day. Yeah, I want to say how much the small businesses, the vendors did, or just give a ballpark. No one wants down to the last cent how much they did. Just give us a ballpark. But maybe it's not any of our business.
No, they're not going to disclose that at all. No, I don't know.
Because I know, but why you want to say how much small businesses got? 3.5 billion. 3.5 billion.
Come on, of course you know why they do that.
I know. But
exactly, bro. You know, Bezos.
I know why.
Look, he's just like, look, all you need to know is that y'all are eating. That's it.
I know that's it. Y'all ate. Y'all ate.
Like good. Record companies and stuff like that. Oh shit, you good?
Yeah, you froze on me.
Hold on.
As well. Oh yeah, your camera is just stuck.
All right, cool, we good. Nah, it's like the record labels though. Like they'll be like, all right, you made this amount. Like you made like $5 million, man. And then you're like, how much did you make? And then they don't get back to you. And you know they made more off you because they got a large cut, or at least a cut of what you made. So like Amazon got a cut of whatever these small businesses made off of it. And then anything that they like sold on their own, they get 100% of the profits on. So you know,
right.
You know they made more than that. I think they doubled it at least.
Doubled?
I think they doubled it.
I think it might be more than 3 point. I think they're more than doubled. I think
I'm going to say on the safe end, they doubled it. That's it.
If they doubled it, I think that's a loss. If they only got 7 billion, that's a loss.
That's not a lot. What? I don't think they make 7 billion a day
on Prime Day. What?
I don't think they make billions a day. And this Prime Day was kind of weak. But I don't know if the numbers ever come out. We'll know.
Well, I know once the numbers come out. But if you're only making 3.5 billion off small party vendors,
only 3.5 billion.
3.5 estimated around 3.5 billion.
You can't say only
third party.
Same sentence.
If you're talking about Amazon, you can't.
No, you can't. I don't care who you are.
When you're talking about Amazon, you can. They play. They're in a whole other league. Amazon is playing a whole different game than everybody else. Like Amazon's playing 2 versions of they're 2 patches ahead.
I know.
In terms of like, how much money they make it is kind of it's absurd. But
I will say they at least doubled it. I want to probably like in the tens of billions, like 10 billion range.
I'm just saying.
Over 2 days.
If I learned anything from the shutdown or just about the economy, and that's how much money people spend in a given day, or just how much people spend on things. America, and this is even just talking America, we buy and spend a lot, right. That's just what people do, but like we do it a lot. And it doesn't seem like it, doesn't feel like it, but we blow a lot of money. But the thing is, the only reason why is because I know this year with everybody being more activists, getting their activism on, and people will be like, fight the good fight, stick it to the man. All that jazz, because people are like, boycott Prime Day, don't buy anything on Prime Day, blah blah blah. And my stance on that, and whether if you care for it or not, but it was just like, yo, at the end of the day, if like me being like, yo, I'm not gonna, like, I don't need to buy anything. I'm not buying Prime Day. I'm like, all right, good for you. Word, perfect. But like, if you need to buy shit, period, regardless of what it, like, this shit like you need, and especially where Amazon is like literally entrenched in like really deep in the economy more than we think. Like, I feel like there's like the bigger problem is with Amazon is like they already got too big. It's like I feel like that is like already too late. It's just like, because if you're gonna boycott, it's like, forget Prime Day. It's like people need to stop buying Amazon. It's like, period. So I was just like, I don't see the difference of being like, yo, don't buy on Prime Day. I'm like, is Prime Day the problem, or is it Amazon? What about the other 364 days? Because I don't know, but I feel like I'm just rambling.
You know what it is, though, really? It's like, people don't realize is that we live, if I have this right, in a very capitalist country where, our economy, like, is what kind of keeps us going. So, like, as an example, like, the reason why we get into, like, economic depressions and stuff like that, and is because people aren't spending their money. So, like, as much as you may not want to spend money with Amazon, if Amazon gets more money, Amazon starts to roll out more jobs. More jobs means more money coming to and from the economy. And if they feel like they can afford to build stuff here, like it's worthwhile to build stuff here and give jobs here, they'll do it rather than outsource in China or like Taiwan or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as much as people like want to or like as much as people are like trying to boycott certain things and like hold on to their money, like they're not doing anything for the economy because that dollar is not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just being siloed.
It's being taken out of commission.
Right. And it's not like you're collecting that much interest on it where it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like 0.2% interest on it. It's not going to help the economy, bro. You're better off spending it or investing it into a company.
Yeah. Or just investing, period.
Like me, like if I like, yo, I don't really like Amazon, I'm still gonna put stock in them because they're still successful. And
they're still successful.
Return. I don't have to like you to do business with you.
Exactly. And like, that's why I was just like, hey, they have this camera I need for like me to do my own business, whether or not how I feel about them. I could buy this camera so I can do what I need to do.
Right. I have to look at it as a business transaction instead of
exactly.
Like, you're looking, like, again, these are people looking at these corporations like people. Like, no, the corporation Amazon does not care. It's not a person you can't shake his hand. Right. Amazon as a business doesn't have an opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give it up.
Real rap. I think that's where I think that's a good place to leave off on Prime Day. For those tuning in, not listening, FloorSeats episode 23. Glad, thank you for tuning in and listening, and let us know what you guys got on Prime Day if you could share that. If it's safe to share that. We don't want to hear any of that freaky stuff. But
I do have a funny Amazon story, right? Really quick before we get into the next topic.
No, let it rip.
So I didn't buy this on Prime Day, but I bought a scalp massager, right? And
my check. All right.
Yeah, I bought a scalp massager. It's actually a really good investment. Let me tell you.
Wait, say that one more thing. About a what?
Scalp massager.
Is it the one with is it with just light? Like blue light? You gotta show me. Because
it has a rechargeable stand, it's like boom. That kind of shit.
Whoa. See, if you didn't tell me that was a scalp massager, I would be like, what is that? I would have questions. I would have lots of questions. But
funny you said that, right? Because I searched up scalp massager on Amazon, and sure enough, a dildo was on there, and it said it was a scalp massager. I'm like, that is not a fucking scalp massager. That is a whole dildo.
That's a whole.
I was like, so like the first time I looked it up on the computer. I was like, yeah, this is wrong. So I closed it out, and when I was ready to try to find one again, I looked on my phone and I didn't see it. So I was like, hopefully Amazon caught that, because that was wild. I'm like, that definitely was not for me. And if scalp massager is some kind of nasty term, then I'll find something else to call that thing.
I'm like, is that slang? I know, right? Is scalp massager slang for something?
Yeah, I was like, nah, that's wild.
Yep. But that is interesting though, scalp massager. I've how you like it?
It's good. So I use it. You can do it either like in the shower when you're like shampooing your hair or whatever, or you can do it like, on dry hair and stuff like that. But it works. It works really well. And it takes a lot of effort like out of it. Like there's 2 speeds, 2 different directions. You can just kind of just let it glide over your head a couple of times, and then it's worth it. But some of my like thinning hair spots are like now growing hair because blood's flowing to them now. So
yeah, like that's what's hit right now with like hair treatment, the hair treatment the tech world. Like because along the realms of like the scalp massager, there's like now I remember UV light. There was one. Right. I feel like there was one. Like there's one for UV light that you put over your head. You can wear it, and then there's the light that's just over your scalp. Just I guess like throughout the day over a certain period of time. Like it's supposed to be for a certain period of time per day. You're supposed to do it. Either you could have like a handheld one, and you just kind of just slowly just shine the light over your scalp. Or your body, because it's supposed to help with like with like if you have sores, if you have muscle aches, if you have like just any issues with your joints. That was another feature or use for UV light. And that's one thing I want to test as well. I want to get, but I feel like for that type of technology, I have to like invest. Like I want a good model. I want a good like quality UV light type of thingamajig than something I buy and I just stare at it and then it's just like, oh, it's not working. No, I'm sorry. It stopped working right after the warranty ended. So you just have congratulations, you have a fancy doorstop. Like
I got that for like $30-something, and it's been working. Because ultimately, like if you feel your scalp, you'll feel certain parts are like flatter than others, and that's like the flat parts are where blood's really not flowing over there. So like ultimately, you could do it by hand, like massage your scalp in and stuff like that, and like work up like that tension that's gonna help get the blood flowing there. You can use a scalp massager.
Yeah, I gotta peek. I gotta get. I actually do need to get hit to that. The health tech world is changing by the day. I admit I ain't hip to it like that, y'all. I gotta step up my game. But speaking of stepping up,
running your hairline back.
I was trying to do the more gentle segue, but I appreciate your accurate, unapologetic
listen,
energy.
Man, LeBron had me inspired. I was like, if he could run his hairline back, so can I.
Run his hair back up from a 3-game. Was it three games
3-1.
down?
Yeah, he ran his hairline back from 3-1.
Crazy.
I was like, if he can do it, I can do it. Fuck it. So, congrats to the Lakers beating the Miami Heat. I think it was 4-2 in the series.
Yep, 4-2. This makes.
That's
let's see.
No, it's not his fourth. Hold on.
Doesn't that solidify number 5?
Nope, 4. That is 4. 4 rings.
That was 4.
Yeah, that was 4.
LA Lakers, NBA champions 2020. A lot of people, I know LA right now, they're celebrating despite their whole state up in smoke and flames, literally just burning right now. They're popping off. Shout out to them. Excuse me. I feel like they needed this W. Californians. They needed this win.
Yeah, California has been going through a lot.
Literally on fire, amongst other things. But yeah, people have their opinions. They'll say this season doesn't really count. This should be an asterisk next to this championship.
Bro.
Blah, blah, blah. They had time to rest. Bro, at the end of the day.
So did everybody else.
And you know what? Everybody else also showed up, still came to play, and this is the result. Everybody played the same conditions as best as they could. They're the champs, man.
Yeah, the Heat were like the 5th seed in the East, I think.
Just give them roses, because this is.
You know what it is? I got kind of annoyed because I'm like, bro, like let the man enjoy his accomplishment. Like everybody's like, oh, he went to 10 finals and lost. I'm like, well, he's had a horrible team for when he went with the Cavs, his first one against the Spurs, the Cavs were not ready for that series. The Cavs were not a good team then like that. Like he's gotten there a lot of times with not the right people. You know what I mean? Right. And then 4 of the championships he did were against Golden State, a super team. Like there was I saw a graphic on Instagram where they compared, the talent that Michael Jordan had to face and the talent that LeBron had to face. And LeBron had a tough road. Like, especially if you compared who he had to face with who he had a tough road. And the thing is, too, is people don't give LeBron credit for winning because they're like, oh, like you said, oh, it's the bubble, blah, blah, blah. But if you would have lost, you would have if the Heat would have won, you wouldn't have said, oh, that doesn't count. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't count because it's LeBron.
Yeah, it's
that's the only reason why.
God, just take his name out, and I'm just like you just said it. Like he went to the NBA Finals 10 times. People he went 10. It was 8. He went to the finals. Let me see. He
did go 10 times. 10 times out of his 17 years.
Yeah, we all. It was 10 times
out of 17 years.
Bro, there's people who go their whole career
without even seeing it.
Without even seeing it once. Real rap.
Like they see it on TV. They don't get to play it.
They see it on TV just like you. And it's they're watching their work on TV. They're watching their job, their life on TV.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's he may not have won as many rings as Jordan. Like his finals record isn't the same as Jordan's per se. But the thing is bro, the fact that he made it 10 times over his career, and a lot of times he didn't have the right team to do it. Like the first Cleveland team was not right. I think the last Cleveland team that he had was just falling apart or whatever too. He's done some things, great things, especially on his own. I think he was finals MVP. He was playing out of his mind. AD was playing out of his mind. Playoff Rondo showed up, which is amazing. Rondo's hit or miss during the regular season.
So I don't know if he's staying in the Lakers though, Rondo.
Oh yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But
yeah, that's.
Hey, give my man his respect though, yo. 4 out of 10 ain't bad because most of you people don't see 4 championships, let alone 10.
Let alone 1, let alone finals, and he's been to the finals 8 times straight. Like he makes.
How these people criticizing LeBron never even seen the championship in their little league?
This is the same thing you see and I feel like it's the same thing some people you'll see in the fighting game community where you'll see a player, people may not be a certain fond of him, but it's just when it comes to skill, when it comes to what they got on paper, they make top 8, they consecutively make top 8 out of stacked tournaments. People's oh, they're trash, and I'm how are they trash? When they consistently place top 8, which is the top 8 people out of hundreds of other people in a bracket. consecutively. And then if they don't win or they don't lose,
they don't like them. That's what
you're trash. What do you mean? I'm in the top percentile.
Exactly. And it's the people that go 0-2 calling them trash.
They call them trash. So
never seen a top 8 in their life.
Never even entered a tournament in their life.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, bro, like LeBron's doing this thing. I don't know if he's gonna get any more championships. Like if that Laker team stays together, they have a really good shot at another one. Especially because that Clippers team was the favorite, but they just didn't have the chemistry. But
I know this season it was a mixed bag because their team, the Lakers teams, even themselves, like average age was higher.
It was an old team.
It was an old team. LeBron even himself is old. Like, who knows how many years he got left in the tank.
I think he's going to try to play until he's 40, but I think he's not going to be able to make it until 40.
I don't know either. I think it's just
he's 35 right now, but he'll be 36.
And it's a lot of things too. It's like it's not just physically. There's also just having a family, being a father. It's like other things in your life as well. Like Kobe, for Kobe, rest in peace, Kobe. They won this for him, but when he retired, it was mostly just he played. He realized he accomplished what he needs to accomplish. He was just like, I'm ready to just be I just want to be a father. He just right. He was just ready to just switch gear. He's like, I'm ready to move on in my life and just shift into different gears. And then you gotta remember, just because if once Kobe or just LeBron, once he stops playing ball, he's not gonna stop being LeBron. He has a whole other aspect of his life ahead of him.
Right.
So
I think he wants to play at least a season with his son.
That would be. I think that would be dope on a lot of levels, because his son is already on track to basically be basically on the track to be able to be in his own shoes or just forge his own way, his own basketball NBA story. Well, once he gets into the NBA, but at this point, if you're LeBron, you're just you're the equivalent of the son of Goku of basketball right now, bro. You're getting in the league. So,
right. And then maybe LeBron got a little bit of the dude from the gym's light struggle in him, where he's just nah, I gotta stay fit, man. I gotta keep fighting. Maybe the NBA is his jackhammer, yeah. He's on the track. He's like, this is what I do, man. Gotta stay young.
And the way he described holding on to the jackhammer too, and he was just he even did the vibration imitation. That's why I was stuck on it. Shout out to the old head at the gym.
I'm telling you, LeBron got that poor right struggle in him too, yo. He's just nah, this is all
inner Southie. He has his inner Southie head in him, straight up. He's Celtics jersey and all. I could give you the Southie.
In an alternate universe, LeBron James is white, grew up in Boston, and plays for the Celtics.
That's weird, man. Same build, same set. His hair is hugging, orange, it's ginger or whatnot. I don't even know. Yeah, red. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I swear, a white LeBron would probably be Steve Nash in the alternate universe or something. Or Porzingis.
It's just Dirk Nowitzki, but way swoller. It's you gotta remember, this man has fucking pounds of muscle. But pause. Again, shout out to the Lakers.
Congrats.
NBA champs. Shout out to the team. We basically we just talked about LeBron the whole time. We don't want to be that type of people.
Everybody put in their work, you know what I'm saying? AD for sure. You know what I mean? Everybody on there, Kyle Kuzma, of course, playoff Rondo, Dwight Howard, man. Play out of their minds. I definitely don't want to go without, acknowledging the Heat, because they played out of their mind, especially Jimmy Butler too.
Jeremy Butler, game 5. Game 5. Jimmy Butler went off.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. Son was snapping.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was game 5. He snapped. He snapped that game. That was the only reason. Like, honestly, people thought like that should have been it. Should have been 4-1. But shout outs to him. Pretty much gave them another shot. But damn. NBA champs. We'll see what next year brings. Hopefully it won't be in a bubble. But that will only time will tell. Oh
shit. Oh, really quick. Let me get into this Hall of Lame real fast.
That time again.
It is that time
of week.
Listen, we took a break, but lame shit doesn't take a break. So
real rap. We wish it did.
No vacation topic of Amazon. This week's Hall of Lame goes to Twitch. Twitch has been in a very public breakup with Dr. Disrespect. Neither side wants to explain why they broke up. Dr. Disrespect doesn't claim to know why. Twitch refuses to comment. You know, once they broke up with Dr. Disrespect, they instantly got into a polyamorous relationship with Shroud and Ninja after Mixer shut down, and
right off the bat too.
Yeah, like, didn't even take time to grieve or cope with the loss. They just jumped straight into it.
Really? That was a little insensitive, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah, and Twitch has been like the bitter ex-girlfriend ever since. Like, they banned someone for playing with Dr. Disrespect on stream, just because like they were in a tournament which Dr. Disrespect was in. And they were on voice chat with Dr. Disrespect, and yeah, he got banned. And now,
like, wait, did I hear you were talking to Dr. Disrespect?
Right.
Get that ass banned.
Dr. Disrespect is the perfect example of what men need to do once they experience a breakup. Don't mope. Don't, you know, he took his time, took it on his chin, and then my man leveled up. My man got a deal with I think it's EA that does Rogue Company. Yeah, it is EA. And my man is taking over Rogue Company. First of all, man, the 2-time Blockbuster World Champion got his own skin in the game. And it's not just like a regular skin like in Smash or other games. Like it's him. Like
hair,
it's
mullet,
straight up him.
Glasses, momentum, violence, all of it.
Right. They have like this like walk-in montage where everybody's walking in slow motion, and then my man picks up the cell phone and he's talking. He's like, "Yeah, what's up, 2-time champ?" You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's OD.
Yeah,
I love
like,
that energy.
It's his mannerisms and everything. Like they really captured him in there. So he got his skin, and then they have like a bunch of other stuff like weapon skins and stuff for the game. So my man leveled up in a great way. I hope he's getting his royalties from it on top of a lump sum. If you're not, holler at your boy, because we can get that done.
Get that bread.
But Twitch, in typical bitter ex-girlfriend manner, decides to ban a streamer for using that skin. According to their terms of service, is that anyone that's banned from their platform, you can't play with that person. Or I guess their likeness now, because that's pretty crazy that a nigga can't buy. First of all, the skin's $20. If I'm spending $20 on that game, I better be able to stream it anywhere. And
I'm just thinking. No, continue. I'm just like boundaries, like where Twitch is redefining boundaries. But no, go ahead.
Right. It's like, bro, you're like, Dr. Disrespect isn't on Twitch streaming. You ban people that playing with his skin. So that means if I like Rogue Company enough and I like Dr. Disrespect, I have to choose whether I'm going to run with Disrespect or you when it comes to streaming platform. I think that's petty. That's ridiculous. Like, this is some bitter ex-girlfriend stuff. This is bitter baby mama stuff. Like,
were you talking? I heard you were talking to Dr. Disrespect. I mean, we're just playing a couple games of Rogue Company, like no big deal. Oh, yeah, okay, no, all right, no, I hear you. Yeah, so yeah, you're banned. Like, huh? Huh? Wait, no, like,
right.
no.
Twitch is the girl that like you had a friendship with her ex-boyfriend before they broke up, and then she sees that y'all like you commented on his status, and she's like, "Oh, you're fake. Don't talk to me." Blah blah blah. Like,
I know, trash, fake.
yeah, exactly. It's like, nah, we were cool
Blocked.
before you came into this. You know
Facts.
what I mean?
So, the moment we try to say something, no, you're blocked. Like,
right. So
Twitch, your rebuttal's blocked. I can't hear it.
So fans of disrespect and fans of Twitch are in the middle of a war between whether they want to support Dr. Disrespect or be able to stream on Twitch. Honestly, I think this is some bitter bitch energy.
That's a crazy decision you have to make.
And I mean, honestly, I'm not a big enough streamer where I think they would catch me do it, but I think it's kind of hard to get me to spend $20 on the skin. But this is probably the best skin I've seen like ever. Like they literally captured him, like mocap, all that stuff, like his mannerisms, voice lines, all that stuff. Like it's more than just like a palette swap. They put a lot of details, but I'm not gonna lie. But
yeah, energy, respect for the streamer. The man's had his skin, no pun intended, had his skin in the game for a long time. Like when it comes to just streaming, like just video game streaming, period.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm in support of Dr. Disrespect. I think, his character and everything's lit. Like, how my man, like, got the idea to turn Ben Stiller from Dodgeball into, like, a gaming icon is crazy. But, I still think that that's lit, and I support it. Do I support him with $20? That's yet to be seen. But I still think Twitch is a sucker for this. But then again, this is a real feminine energy where it's just like, you see your ex doing better, and because you're not where you want to be, you want to hate on them. Twitch, I need you to do better. Not just by disrespect, but by everyone. It's bad enough that all the other stuff that the inner workings of Twitch has been getting leaked over the past couple months. So I think I need to clean up over there. And get your life together, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Disrespect's over on YouTube, making bread, doing deals for EA, getting in the game. And, you know what I mean?
Out here sneak dissing with Ninja and Shroud. Through Ninja and Shroud. They be sneak dissing. I'm like, why are you talking about Dr. Disrespect on your, like, dog?
Right, and they're not getting banned for bringing up disrespect, but I'm getting banned.
Because when they're bringing it, it's not like in a good light too. It's not even in like a not to say it's like a bad light, but it's a shady light. It's kind of shady.
This is why it's bitter bitch energy, because it's just like, you can't talk about him unless you're talking down on him, because if you're talking about him, you're against me. And
now you're also against me. Right. I could just want him to prosper. No, he prospers. I don't. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does.
And I also think it kind of ties into the Activision thing, because he lost his Call of Duty thing for Warzone, and now all of a sudden, he landed in a deal with EA, with Rogue Company. So my man's been on the bounce back, man. You know what? Like, I honestly resonate with disrespect a lot this year, because, like, even my personal, I'm going through some stuff where, like, like, it seems like I'm losing everything. But, bro, my man Disrespect can bounce back, nigga. I'm bouncing back, too.
I'm bounced back.
Facts.
Shoot, Big Sean.
Never thought I'd say that a video game personality will give me the strength to bounce back. It's like, bounce back from this
though. That's the thing about it. That's like his brand.
And my man allegedly got a collaboration with The Weeknd.
Stop it. What?
Bro, she is hella bitter, bro. Twitch is bitter.
Hella bitter.
Yo, hold on. Champions Club. Let me check Champions Club real quick.
Do it.
Bro, I typed in CH. They knew what time it was. Violet Speed Momentum, bro.
That ain't a brand. I don't know what is. No, but real rap, I think Twitch is.
My man got shorts.
Twitch is overstepping.
Talk to my mans about this shit, bro. My man's selling shorts and it's fall. and people are still gonna buy it. Oh, this windbreaker is kind of hard though. It's like a camo windbreaker.
Oh shoot!
It's like a red camo windbreaker with black on the bottom half. It's kind of lit. Yo, plug me in with your merch person, Disrespect. Yo, like, we need to talk. Real rap. Me and Dr. Disrespect need to collab, yo.
I wouldn't. FloorSeats, Dr. Disrespect.
Facts. We need to collab with Dr. Disrespect.
Throw that into the ether. It gonna happen. Yo, I can. I know. Well, I'm like, listen. Listen.
Well, yeah. So
don't be all up in. Let Twitch be in its feelings. That's
right. So this is a classic example. Like, you know, when they go low, we go high, man. And my man's like, look, y'all want to be, you know what I mean, basic bitches and being bitter. That's cool. I'm about to level up. Call of Duty dropped me, guess what? Rogue Company. Rogue Company's lit and it's free to play and it's cross-platform. My man got dropped by Twitch. He started making bread on YouTube before he streamed once.
Exactly. The man is not defined by Twitch. The man has been doing him since he started doing him.
You know what? You know what's crazy? Before I end this Hall of Lame, yo, it's like even with like Joe Budden, man, they have similarities in their story, man. Because look at the Spotify deal. My man's leaving Spotify, and people are canceling their Spotify thing now because they can just go on SoundCloud and listen to him. He took his new episode off Spotify.
Oh yeah, it's because he even rebranded. I mean that's a whole other thing, but yeah,
he launched another. He got a Joe Budden network now. He launched another podcast through it. Listen, man, there's a lot to learn, man. Listen. If you're spending your 2020 not running back some hardships, bro, you've wasted your 2020. Real rap. People like Disrespect, Joe Budden, and other people getting their breakthrough, bro. This story of redemption. Look, man, all I'm saying is, bro, run your shit back, bro.
Real right.
Be like Disrespect and Joe Budden. Run this shit back.
Run the shit back.
But yeah, that's your Hall of Lame.
Indeed. Keep the ball rolling, especially with that same energy, the violent speed, momentum, especially when it comes to Hot Pursuit. Let me tell you, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, allegedly the best Need for Speed game ever made.
Did you say Underground was the best Need for Speed game? It sounded like you said
Hot Pursuit is by far the best Need for Speed game ever.
I don't know. Underground and Underground 2 are up there. And in Heat for me, Heat's probably the best one in recent time.
Listen, PlayStation 1. I'm saying I think bar none, best racing game, PlayStation 1, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Fight me.
That's tough.
Please.
Ridge Racer 4 was there. Crash Team Racing was there. There was another racing game I liked on there. They had like Jet Moto on there too. That's tough. Are you talking about just like regular like car racing games? Or like, car
racing.
Gran Turismo was there. All right, so we can get rid of Jet Moto.
No, PS1? No, stop. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So they're getting remastered, bro. Remastered. You heard it here first. I don't care if you didn't hear it. You heard it somewhere else. I'm telling you heard it here first. And the game is going to be cross-platform, PC and PS4. It's also coming for Xbox One.
Let me double check.
I don't know.
I think it's coming on Switch as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I know for the original it was only on PlayStation 1. So I don't know if they extended to offer rail of racing to Xbox.
Yeah, so November 6th for PS4, Xbox, and PC, and then 13th for the Switch.
All right, lit.
Allegedly, it's coming with all the original main DLC, and then I don't know. That's all I know so far.
Yeah. But just letting y'all know, the remastered edition is coming out. Your boy's definitely hopping on it. This is probably the only racing game probably ever that I'll actually buy with my own money. My first racing game.
Oh yes, I'm getting it for sure. Oh man, they're showing the list of cars. And man, the Countach, man. The Countach is in there. The Porsche 911. Most of the Porsche 911.
We gotta
Porsche 911 Turbo 1982 game.
I gotta find the car. What did I ran back then? I'm trying to think what car I ran back when I was like 12 in middle school.
My go-to was the Lancer Evo X, and that's in there.
I gotta look at the list. Well, we could have that conversation. I'm just letting y'all know because your boy is most definitely copping. So be on the lookout. I'm gonna have something planned for that. I really do. I think that game probably it changed my way I even saw racing games. Or I just like, and it's also because around the time when I was in middle school, probably like an after school program, there was like a PlayStation 1 in the room, and everybody was on it. Like everybody was nice at the game because of that. That's what we had. We were just like, yo, everybody was ripping in that game. Yeah, November 6th, you said? Hot Pursuit Remastered.
Yeah, for PC, Xbox, and PS4, and then 13th for the Switch.
Mark your calendars, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll jump on it. I was really impressed with Need for Speed Heat, and I would be down to buy Hot Pursuit Remastered.
Oh, yeah.
On the website, like, there's a link to click the car list, and it's like, drive the world's most desirable supercars on both sides of the law. I was like, on both sides of the law.
I can't wait, yo, because when you see the 5.0, they'll be, I forget what they drove. It was someone that was like,
it's only 40 mils too, which is dope. 40 mils.
I'm just saying the 5.0 in that game, even their whips was hard. I was like, man, Cosby. All right, now I'm not trying to get too invested. I really am amped. It was. I'm just glad it was not like I'm like, yo, how hasn't this game got a remake yet? And it finally did, and it hasn't been for good.
The only thing that I would like to see, because they did add like a fairly decent like photo editing thing inside the game for Heat, and I think that was just because like they knew people would capitalize on that like outrun aesthetic and stuff like that. But I think it'd be dope to have something like in there too. Like I don't see anything saying it outright now, but if they had something like that, that'd be cool. I think that'd be a nice addition to it too, because I think that really drove the community was like having, you know, that photo editor in there, and then people were just taking like dope shots of like their cars doing crazy stuff, like going over jumps and shit.
Yeah. I know, I could definitely see that. Yeah, no, they really do need to hold that feature and keep it.
Oh yeah, and updated photo mode and gallery, dope. So yeah, they do.
Boom,
have that.
Boom.
Yep.
Look at that. They even already thought of that. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. That's been Zanz's PSA. Get it. But speaking of this is a terrible. Let me just do this quick terrible segue. Speaking of basically taking photos and being more socially interactive during your games.
Oh, you recovered that. All right. Go ahead.
The PS5 UI that was allegedly leaked just about a week ago was there's a presentation by Sony just 2 days ago on YouTube. They dropped basically what the UI will look like, how when playing games, how you can interact with the UI, and just basically, you know, what's good with the UI for PS5. So I peeped it recently. It's like the presentation is like 11 minutes, and they used like the next Little Big Planet game as like the test run. The UI looks good. Better. It's obviously a step up from the PS4. I'll start there. It's a step up from the PS4.
Right. They took the PS4 general idea and then improved upon it. So now like the game icons aren't like, they're about a quarter of the size they were. But there's a lot more information like towards the bottom. So like basically like if you look at the normal PS4 thing, the squares for like the games and stuff are like roughly in the middle. And they push that up to like the upper third. And then from there at the bottom, there's a lot of information that you can get and stuff from there. But it looks cleaner in general. And I do like the sharing options and stuff they have. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think for me, I'll say the first thing that jumped out for me when looking at the presentation for sure, it definitely has to be whenever you want to interact with, whether it's achievements, or anything. Say if you had to go to like anything with the home menu, like anything on the console, anything with the UI that has to take you out of the game, or just like suspend the game for you to go to some program or application, like on the PS4. It was always annoying, especially depending on what game and stuff. It could actually even lag your PS. I had like my PS4 lag, just because of how heavy the game was actually running. Just for me to even check some notifications, it's just annoying. Not anymore. Those are the problems of the past. As now with the UI for the PS5, it seems like from anything from looking at achievements and how that's been revamped, from doing messages and just being, posting content, even just sharing and uploading. A lot of that could just be done still while the game is running and without even suspending the game at all. So,
right. Shoot, I think the UI this time is less intrusive too. Like I think they took a cue a bit from where Xbox was going, because like, Xbox notifications like aren't so intrusive. Like they're at the bottom. They're like these little like oval kind of looking things. Like you'll see a little circle and it expands to an oval, then close back to a circle and go away. With PlayStation, it has that same kind of oval thing, but it's a lot smaller than like the giant rectangle that'll pop up. And then on top of like if you're streaming a game through the PS5, like, and it wants to block that notification, bro, it takes a significant amount of the screen away doing that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think they just cleaned up a lot and made a more clean aesthetic there that communicates like what they need to in a very small footprint. I do like the sharing options though, especially like the picture-in-picture. So you can do like the screen share, like someone can share their screen with you, and then you can pick like where in the screen, like, do you want that picture? And then you can keep playing while seeing what they're doing. So I think that's a really neat thing. Because before, if you're going to watch from one screen, you had to jump into the party chat window and then watch it from there. You couldn't do both.
Right. And I'm just starting with the pros for sure. With the UI, because there's something with the side. I'm just trying to remember. So yeah, there's one part in the presentation with yes. So with the achievements as well, there's like, what's it called? Game help. I'm trying to remember. Like that. Like, so now that they actually built in, they have this interface for achievements. When you're looking to complete achievements, there's some achievements that now, if you say like you tap on the achievement, there's certain achievements, like if like they're using a Little Big Planet, it'll take you exactly in the game where you need to be in the game to complete that achievement. And they added game help, which I didn't like, that they kind of marketed like, oh, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you get access to game help, which will give you hints, like video hints and just content material to help you get through the game. And this is what I didn't like. They were like, oh, so because of this, you don't have to go online and look up videos and doing all those other things and stuff like that. And I'm just like, for time and convenience, yes. But at the same time, that content is still good, and I think it's still important for the community. But it was just kind of like the way, maybe I'm just picking up on this, just the perception, but it was just the way they were speaking about the game help. It was kind of like, yo, now y'all don't need to look at other content creators or other users for this type of information. We'll provide it for you as part of PlayStation Plus. And I was like, cool, but I don't know. Because it runs over the game, but like, couldn't that also be like, because if I like having like, say I could run software like, I don't know yet, say like YouTube or other stuff while over the game for other reasons or whatever, right? But like them having this feature, they're trying to like defeat the purpose of that. All right, before I don't make any sense. Basically what I'm saying is I hope that game help is not their reasoning for saying, oh, we're not going to make this interface promote other apps being able to be ran over the same time. Like, I rather like, if you get me what I'm saying, I don't know if I'm making sense. Basically, it's like them doing this is like, oh, we don't have to make YouTube. We don't have to make YouTube on this app as friendly to use in terms of, being able to run over during games or other things like that. Because we have our own programs and our own software to do that for y'all. You guys don't need that stuff. We did it for you. And I'm just like, yeah, but I want that option. I'm like, that's nice that you're taking it to do it for me and or for your audience, for the users, but I rather have my own option, because knowing Sony and just Sony in the past, when they do things for the community for certain games from themselves, like, oh, well, we added this feature or whatnot. Even just when it comes to my big thing is just with the Bluetooth. That gives me a huge pet peeve. When Sony tries to improvise and add their own solutions to things that they've done internally, it doesn't really always turn out well. But when they do that, it kind of also box out other people that could do it better. And that I don't want them to do. I think there we go. That's what I don't
Sony's
want them
known
to
for
do.
Stuff like that, though. Like,
and I don't want them to do it for PS5. Like, let's just make some really good changes this time. Like, everything looks good, but if that's the same, if I'm gonna still deal with that nonsense, that like my only answer for this issue is to go through Sony and Sony's
get down and lay down.
Bruh,
that's it. Get
I'm
down
picking
and lay
up
down.
the Thule, bro. I'm not for this
That's
shit. Like, yo, it's 2020.
Bro, do you know we had to jump through we had to stream Sony's way until like people updated their capture cards and we could circumvent that.
And that's what I'm saying, all right? And that's what it is.
Sony's gonna lock down their stuff with DHCP, whereas Microsoft wasn't doing that before. I don't know if Microsoft's gonna do it on this console generation, but and everybody, like, this goes back to when the console generation first started up and everybody was like, oh, well, Microsoft's doing the DMCA thing and Sony's not. I'm like, no, Sony's doing it. It's just Sony saw that Microsoft got bad response, and so they patched it out on day one. Why else would they still have DHCP?
Sony is crafty, bro. Sony.
Listen, man, Sony's gonna do things. Listen, this should not surprise you, bro. Sony, for the longest, you've had a PSP. You had to buy their specific memory cards. You couldn't get like an SD card or anything like that. Yo, they had these weird proprietary discs. They had their weird chargers.
Yes. No. Keep going. I just remember like the SD cards. Like what was different? And I remembered, yeah, you got to get their size.
It's their memory stick duo for the PSP.
That didn't work. I was like,
nothing else. Like you could have used it on a Sony camera. And then for the Vita, they had their own proprietary cards for that too.
Help me.
If I recall, I don't think it was just like an SD card. Like it was PS Vita memory card. Let me double check. Let me fact check quick.
What we're trying to say, y'all, is Sony. I think Sony's. I'm saying the UI right now is a step up from the PS4. For sure. Right.
So again,
quality of life all across the board compared to the PS4.
So right, yeah, they had their own proprietary memory cards that looked like SD cards, but were not.
Yep, Sony's gonna strong arm us again, and if history repeats itself and Sony stays on doing their same pattern of behavior, Sony's gonna try to do things their way. Or the highway, and there's gonna be a lot of pushback. Basically, people are gonna complain, people are gonna get mad. So he's gonna say Yaku's like a dick.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just gonna lay down. And then PS6, I guess it'll be addressed. I think it's like they address concerns on their own schedule. Like they'll know it's a problem, but it's like, I'll fix it on my own time. Like it's just like, nah, it's a real, like if you fix this, like it'll actually just be beneficial to you if you fix this.
And the other thing too, let's not pretend that like Sony's the only person that does this. Like Microsoft for a while had their own proprietary memory stuff. They're doing it again for the Series X. But apparently you might be able to have a bit more option. Well, no, Sony's a little bit more lenient when it comes to the expandable storage this time around. Microsoft has these like proprietary Seagate hard drives or whatever. But even Microsoft has really stupid DVD attachment crap and all that stuff. Like at the end of the day, business is business. You feel me? Like it sucks.
And Xbox made with PC parts. And
get a PC
proprietary. Like that's what. Yeah, it's just like it's made a lot from PC parts and materials like Xbox, but you want a proprietary memory. Okay, buddy. But besides that, that little tidbit that kind of triggered me. Sorry that basically spawned this whole tangent. With the game help feature, which seems like actually a good feature. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually, I mean, they're doing their own work. But we'll just see how it goes when it actually launches and for different games. And also for different games, a lot of the UI features, they mentioned that it will be backwards compatible with certain PS4 games. So certain PS4 games will be benefiting from the PS5 UI features. Which I feel like it'll probably be the games that came out probably in the last, like this year and last year, probably the past 2 years. I feel like
they did have that, like, I think 100 games, that PS Plus collection. I think those games will be ones that are doing it for sure. So I think like Persona 5 is one of them. And a couple like old games that were like, but they had like that collection of games that's going to be available at launch to play. I think those will be for sure. If not, that's a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah. Besides that, I'm trying to think if there was anything else with the UI presentation that jumped at me. There was something regarding call it a reach. Someone in the interwebs is, sounding the alarm that there could be Killzone 5 could be on the way. 2 reasons, right? Let me say there's 2 reasons. One, we want to entertain this? You want to entertain?
No, I don't. I really don't. I'll wait till more evidence comes, because everybody was like, when TGS was around, everybody's like, yo, they're gonna come up with a new Metal Gear, and I kind of got my hopes up, but kind of didn't, because I was like, this don't sound right.
That don't sound right. That don't sound right.
It sounded like a reach, and this Killzone thing is a reach. So
They were reaching.
If we're proved wrong and this is real, matter of fact, I do think they're going to do a Killzone, but I don't think it's anytime soon. We'll see it next year.
Yes, if anything, I feel like
we'll see it at E3, and it will come out maybe E3. Holiday next year.
I think honestly E3. E3. I'm gonna say this. I'm trying to do this in one take. I feel like I'm gonna kind of shove off or brush off a lot of leaks or supposed theories of, we're gonna get like Armored Core 6, stuff like that until like E3. See that reach? That was a reach. That's a reach. I haven't heard Armored Core news in fucking centuries. So like, I'm just gonna wait, especially this case was coming out for the PS5. I'd rather wait till the E3 next year for what's to come. I feel like we know what's coming from just because of this year, of everything that is from all the presentations, what to expect for the PS5 for the next coming few months. Like, we know, like, we got Cyberpunk, we got Spider-Man, like we have Godfall, like we have these games. We have the next Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, if anything else has not been revealed, I'm not giving it mine. I'm not paying it no mind.
Right. I'm chilling on leaks. Like, bro, like
yo, I'm good on the fish hooks. I'm not getting baited. I'm just not.
The only thing I care about with this PS5 right now is the Ratchet and Clank. Tell me when that comes out, I'll start planning my PS5 and I'll take it from there. I'm like, I don't want to hear anything about, I want concrete leaks. I don't want speculation. I need like documentation. Like the same way that Metal Gear theorists predicted, like tried to say that like Death Stranding was Metal Gear Solid Zero. I want that level of detail for the next dissection. Yes. Like
I want to see red thread. I want to see the red yarn. I need to see the board. I want to see you connect the threads, the red threads. There we go. You need to connect the pieces. I ain't seen all that. Like, if you don't got circles around your eyes from all the reaching you've been doing, like, I ain't trying to hear it. You don't mean it. You don't really mean it.
Yeah, so I'm good on that.
So, yep, PS5 UI. Check it out if you haven't already. And you guys let us know what you guys think of the UI. Love it, hate it, indifferent, no opinion.
Excuse me.
Let us know, but just so you can wrap up, gaming, recently,
are we doing that?
Revo is actually going on. I think it's actually still.
Oh, yeah, that is going on right now.
It's still going on. They had Guilty Gear yesterday. They had it overnight. Like this
Wait, I thought we were talking about this in the next one.
Oh no, I'm talking about Revelator. Sorry, XR, XR2, Revelator XR2. Basically,
BB Tag's going on right now.
Yeah, tags right now. And
Southeast Regional is going on right now.
Yep. And also right now, just in terms of other championships, they're doing the Dragon Ball Fighters as well.
Oh, Dragon Ball Fighters is tomorrow. Actually, I want to shout out Bum, Acoustic, Posey, and Yipes. Man, like they got like the hypest niggas in the game to commentate.
Yep.
And they're going to do this without swearing. So shout out to them.
That's gonna be. I'm like, yo, I want to see that, especially Yipes, because that nigga, when he gets hyped, just the New York comes out of him. You can't.
How are they gonna get through a whole
comes out.
tournament without saying bust ass? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How are they gonna do it?
In a game that's centered around busting ass, like it's crazy.
But yeah,
definitely check it out.
I've been watching a lot of Bum lately because I got gifted a sub to Bum, and then I paid it forward for a couple people, and yeah, I generally, you know what it is, man. It's like I like the energy they bring because they bring like the house tournament feel. You know what I mean? How we be playing Smash, or how we used to play like Marvel and stuff like that at the crib, or Street Fighter 4, you know what I mean? So
exactly.
It's nice getting that energy on Twitch because you don't really get that many places.
You really don't nowadays. Like it's just basically how we grew up on fighting games.
Yeah, and everybody's too worried about being like
professional.
Yeah, not that they're not, not that they're not like, they're politically incorrect or something like that, but everybody's like too worried about being like too nice and too clean. Like, nah, it's nice to get a good old like hood style like commentary and like relatable commentary and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like, yo, when you're playing the game, you get upset. Like, get upset. Like, it's just that. Like, get mad. That's what comes to playing the game. Like, that's what happens. You're like, yo.
You know what it is? White rage is different though. Like, white struggle and white rage is different from black rage and black struggle. Like, it's a whole different monster, man. White people get mad. They start like slamming stuff and nah. Like, black people get mad. Everybody's a bitch ass nigga. Like,
yo, facts. Like, you see the LTG. Like, that's what it is. Like, LTG is a bona fide example of gamer rage. Like he could be. You can see wherever you want to put him on the spectrum. But whether you rock with his material or not, like that energy, I'm like, that's real. That's genuine. That's how people feel. Like, people are really trying to tell me, you never felt like that in the game before. You haven't played. I don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, you never got that mad playing a game.
I just like, bro. I just got done like ripping into some dude yesterday playing Rogue Company, because me and Roy were playing, and like this dude. Like, me and Roy were like talking to each other on Discord, and we didn't mute the other people. And so this guy would just keep running in and getting himself killed, and then get mad at me because I'm not reviving him. And I'm like, well, you're getting yourself killed before I can even revive you. So then I got on chat and I was like, bro, I'm sick of your shit. I had to unload on Bull. I was like really sick of like this guy.
Yo, it be like that sometimes. I'm like, yo, and I feel like that's fine. Like, you gotta, I think just, obviously over time, like, the culture, some people got better at handling their rage, but there's still online rage. It's just better. Like, but you can't erase the rage entirely. You can't, you just gotta better manage it. So, it just, doesn't, like, you don't have to put a hole in your wall on stream, like, like that. Like, yeah, maybe, okay, that's much, but, get mad. That's fine. That's an emotion.
Right,
that's basically what I'm saying. It's a human emotion. It's a natural
You know what it is?
Emotion.
Anything in excess is bad. It's not wrong to get mad.
True.
Like, mad gets such a negative connotation. Like, it's
anger
it's being too mad. Like, excessively is the thing. But
yeah.
But yeah, back to the point though, like, I did definitely wanted to shout them out for doing their thing on it. Like, Arc Revo, it seems like that's going on this weekend period, right? Or at least like they're trying to split it over the course of a couple weekends.
Oh yeah, it's definitely over the course of a couple weekends, because like it was like last week they had
because it was supposed to be in person, then COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they did it this way so that each game gets their own time.
Yeah, and I'm looking at BB Tag right now as we speak.
Yeah,
and I'm really upset that like Ruby is still good.
Like, there's no
by design. You can't nerf her.
Yeah, by design. Yo, exact. See, there's no better way to put it than you just did. By design, you really can't nerf this character out of being top tier. I think that's okay. Same thing with for Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's just like, yo, like Kid Buu will always be a problem.
Yeah, by design.
Like, you just gotta accept it with the game. If that character like upset, like, yeah, if that character upsets you, then I'm like, I'm sorry, maybe this is not your game. To a certain point, I mean, they can, but you're like, I can't play this game because of this character. No, I don't know what to tell you, because they exist and they're not going anywhere. They just exist.
Hopefully they announce a sale for it, because I have it on Switch, but I actually kind of want to. I've been like debating if I want to try it or not, and I don't think my stick will work on Switch.
Yo, I'm hoping for the BB tag community that they announce some content.
Yeah, I wanted to pick BB tag back up.
Yeah, in the community, like, I just be on Reddit, and there's always a post of just like there's this guy on Reddit who he posts images of like oh, here's a character just like giving the mitts to Blake. It's always Blake, by the way. So I think this person is like does not like Blake, or there's a Reddit thing with like against like just Blake. But it was just like, oh, it's been like this X amount of days since we heard any type of announcement on BB Tag from Arxis. So here's another image of X character giving the mitts to Blake.
Bro, somebody's username online.
Why you hate Blake that you posted like 60 posts of her getting handled different ways by like just screenshots of them.
Blake is cheap too, though.
Yeah, you need to talk to B-Boy about Blake. I played some Blake, and I think I think Blake is cheap, but then you have to like, but there's areas where you're just like, yo, and then there's places where you're like, okay, you know what? I see in this area, Blake is actually not that good and can just be handled. Other areas are like, oh, this character is mad stupid. But Ruby is dumb, period.
Yeah, Ruby is dumb. You know what it is? Blake is dumb is like, you know, with another person. Ruby is dumb solo.
Yeah, Ruby's just dumb. That's just being dumb. Solo or assist, Ruby's dumb.
5B just opens up everybody.
It opens everybody. And I'm like, yo, it's just like, when do I play? Ruby's like, when do I play? I don't know when it's my turn when it's Ruby. Blake is just like, I hope I block this. Or it's just like, I hope I block this and like, you know, God forbid I just get hit by like this far, like, you know, her range C move. And I'm just, hey man, you know, it happens.
Right.
But again, I hope there's some content that does come out for the cross tag community. They've been anxiously waiting, and hopefully Arx has got signed for them. Shoot, what else do we? Oh,
you were gonna say something about were you gonna say something about Guilty Gear?
No. I was.
Oh, you just mentioned Zerd, right? For the arc.
Yeah, it was just Zerd. But you know, there was they did matches and stuff. For the new, they did some exhibition matches for Strive. That's coming out next April. I have things on Strive, but I want to save that conversation for y'all. Since we might have actually someone else. Who can contribute, and it's a longer conversation in itself because there's also more news around Strive that actually might change the way fighting games may look going forward next year, 2021 and beyond. But you know, I feel like I want to make sure that with time and everything. I feel like at this point, I think it's fair to say we could just jump right on into music.
Yeah, tell me about this Lupe and Royce show that happened. I didn't get a chance to check it out.
Oh yes. So this show it's new. It dropped just about, I feel like 2 weeks ago. Around 2 weeks ago, it dropped on Spotify. So the Lupe and Royce show. Lupe Fiasco, Royce the 5'9", and Tom Frank, which he is just a white guy with two first names. That's actually in the description. If you look at the show, no bull is in the description. But the show pretty much I peeped a couple of episodes, and it's similar to. I wouldn't say it's kind of like a pod. I guess you could call it a pod. It's like a podcast format, whatnot. But instead, it's like they kind of choose one like conversation topic or choice. Like there's just like they choose like 1 to 2 things to talk about per episode. So it's like usually the title of the episode is just the summation of what the episode is going to be about. Like there was one episode was about cruises, and they were just talking about like, you know, who's been on a cruise, what type of cruise you've been on. And they were just getting into it basically like about like being on a boblo boat, like, and what is a boblo boat. And I didn't know what a boblo boat was, like what the term and history went around with it. But it's like that type of show where you get basically it's like one talking point, and that's like over the course of like, from what I've seen, like 30 to 45 minutes. And it's really good. I say definitely check it out. Lupe and Royce, there are two their personalities and mannerisms complement each other because they actually they mix very well together, but they're different individuals at the same time. Like they actually I feel like from their points, because like I follow both of them like on IG and I peep their IG lives and whatnot. Like as like people, they're different in terms of how they think and whatnot, but they just complement each other so well. Definitely a dope show. No advertisement. I ain't getting a dime, but shoot, for that promo, they need to slide me something. Definitely a dope show. And yeah, it's definitely not as much around. For what I've seen, it's not that much on like music and stuff. It's like conversations.
No, that's as I would think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into it. I didn't get a chance to like listen to any of it though. But what's the name of the show?
Literally the Lupe and Royce show.
Wow.
Yep.
Taking naming to a whole new level.
Nah, like I would say, because they like I'm even peeping it right now. They have like 6 episodes up, and I was on episode I was last time. It was called Meet. I think so far my favorite episode. It has to it was I would say it's like their first episode, because Royce goes into a story. He goes into he brings up like a story in the past when he met Wesley Snipes somewhere, and it was, for me, it was entertaining because like I've been watching the Blade movies recently. I saw Blade 1, and then Blade 2 was like I saw like a couple days ago. Yeah, I mean Blade 1 so far. Blade 1 was good. Blade 2 was like But you know, Wesley Snipes as a character, you know, and just hearing the stories like I've heard through growing up in the Black community, the type of person he was, and then, you know, Nino Brown, and that was part of it too. Just the fact that Royce, it was a story about him calling him Nino Brown, and obviously you have to listen to it for sure, because shit was funny. But right. I like how they take the conversations. And it's pretty concise. I feel like it's like for certain podcasts, I think people's like, damn, like this shit is gonna be like 3 hours long or whatever. I'm gonna sit through the whole thing. Nah, nothing is like it's a listen. It's a quick listen. I do like that. Their episodes on the shorter side than I would have expected. But it started, so it's only got a couple episodes in. So we'll just have to see.
Right. No, I'm going to check it out. I'm interested in listening to that. So, ironically, you're talking about Blake. Blake's up in this Arc Revo, which is funny. Blake and Yumi, the team.
And quick side note, it's funny how it's just like I know the feelings they have for Blake, but I think Akihiko, that's my dude, but he's stupid busted. That character is dumb. That character's a dumb character. We can talk about that. That's my dude, but they really made him hella cheap. But what was I'm saying though? Yeah, I do like the fact that they're not only the Lupe and Royce show, but you know, the Joe Budden TV. Like there's just a lot more shows going on because they have like See the Thing Is, like that's one of their new podcast shows. And I think even Nick Cannon has something on another show in the mix. It was like on his channel.
Ooh.
Yeah, Queen Business. Yeah, Queen Business. I think he might actually have another IP up in there. Because we got Queen Business. You got Yana the Mean podcast with Lord Jamar, Raw Digger, and then Godfrey. So right now, we're noticing there's like definitely a shift with a lot of older, even with some the older hip hop and MCs are going into independent media, independent Black media, because a lot, independent Black media platforms, they're going into that realm. What do you think of that, especially as it pertains not only to music, but also pertains to, different aspects of life, different social aspects of life, and they're just, commenting, bringing up conversations, and just being doing what they're doing.
I think it's good. I think it's, you know what it is? I think for a while we've, as a culture talked about, how we felt like we weren't getting an adequate platform to express our voices or whatever, an opportunity. And it's good seeing people, especially like, the older heads, creating their platforms for that. I think they have a lot to contribute to the conversation, the greater conversation of things. And I think the other thing too is that I think as the generations go on, we kind of lack that older head that's going to sit down and, give us perspective, give us game, and kind of guide us based on their experiences. So I think the more we get stuff like that, the better. Even if we, even something like we're with Joe Budden, where a lot of it, is like joking on certain things and stuff like that. There's a lot of nuggets you can pull from that by watching it. And I assume for sure with the Yada Namin podcast and Cannon's classes specifically, you're able to pull that kind of stuff too. So I think more of it's needed. I think it's good that they're not necessarily looking for someone to help them start it. They're just doing it and building the audience. And, they can monetize and stuff through like Patreon and stuff like that and be pretty independent on their own. But I think there's definitely a need for this kind of stuff.
No, it's for sure. And especially when it comes to just a lot of the topics that pertains, it pertains a lot to Black culture. And I think it's the conversations that are necessary that need to be had within the Black community that doesn't, that a lot of times it just, it gets overlooked. Not to say overlooked, but it doesn't get the type of detail and type of digging and deep diving that's done on certain conversations.
Right.
It doesn't happen in like mainstream media that we don't see or that we don't hear enough of. We're getting those conversations, and the narrative is being, and then we're controlling the narrative. Like, not only that, but obviously the Black people that are having these conversations, there is their own thoughts. Like, these are exclusively their own thoughts, compared to, whatever skewed and mixed messages when you have a mainstream media, because there's, I'm not saying there's an agenda, but they're just operating differently because they have different, I guess, agenda. They're,
they have a different agenda than what we do.
Yeah. Or just as how they take it or how they receive, this type of information. And it's just interesting to see there's the growth of, former rappers, MCs going into that field. And I hope we will see more of it because the knowledge they are kicking is invaluable for those rising and working on building their own platform, especially in music.
Right. Exactly. I think it's a good thing, man. I think we just need more of it. Because again, man, there's so much, knowledge that they have, even just through maneuvering the industry that would be huge for other people, like the younger generations. And because, their industry knowledge carries over into other industries. Not, it's not just the music industry that's like cut through like that. Like sports industry is like that too. And then like even now, like where the podcast industry is starting to develop, like shit's gonna get cut through like that too, man. Like so like the more knowledge you can spread the better, especially for our youth. You know what I mean? Because we're the trendsetters. You know, we come up with what's cool, and then we don't capitalize on it. Like, we don't monetize it. We always have to look for someone else to give us our cut of what we created,
and also sell it back to us.
Right.
So in that sense, why can't we distribute it? Like, it's just like, you know, come on now. Like,
it reminds me of a conversation I had with my mom, because we were talking about how, like, integration, and I was like, you know what, like, maybe social integration wasn't a bad thing per se, but I think from an economic standpoint, you know, integration might not have been like the best idea when, like, we go back and look at it, because, like, before integration, you know, Black people owned, like, I want to say like 70% of like the agricultural industry or something like that. When we had like a really good stake in that industry, so like that, we were holding that down. Integration happened, and that kind of just went along with other things too. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we had the, you know, bombing of Black Wall Street. We had crack introduced to our neighborhoods, all that kind of stuff like that. But what I was saying, like she was saying, is like, you know, it's not like, you know, Black people are poor. It's just like, what are we doing with the money that we're getting per se? You know what
are we doing with the money that we are getting?
Yeah, because I was like, the thing is, it's like, you look at Kanye compared to other people. Kanye is just like, look, I see other people spending $300 million to have a house in LA. And I'm like, he's just like, yo, if I'm going to do that, I don't want neighbors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he spent $300 million in Wyoming and is building houses, churches, and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, like, you know, for 10% or even 1% of what you spent for that house to have neighbors in a neighborhood where it's high on robberies and stuff like that, because people know that, you know, there's so much money in there. You know, you can go somewhere and buy, you know, a ton of land and start like neighborhoods and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
neighborhoods, cities. You could buy cities.
Right. It's like all that money,
cities.
all that money into a house, and like, yo, like, you could start a hospital, like a Black hospital. Like, no one, like LeBron made a school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he made something that he created. Like, you just like, and I think that's what it is right now. Like, with the Black community and the culture as a whole is learning is how to create and is learning the ways of just creating with our finances, with our money, and building.
Yeah, and I think the thing too, sorry to really cut you off.
No.
It really hit me as you were saying that. Like, the thing is too, is like, we come from a community that creates with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've created all this stuff, like trends and all that kind of stuff like that, with little to nothing. So it's
nothing
like,
but our minds.
Yeah, so I'm like, it may not be that we need to financially create something. Like, it might be something as simple as like, hey, I need to make this podcast and spread this kind of knowledge and make money from it later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe like, so that's why I like the idea of it, because it's like, cool, like, you know, you may not have the money to build a hospital or something like that, but maybe you contribute through, you know, spreading the knowledge or something like that. Maybe you contribute in other ways.
Yeah, I think it just really comes down to just paying it forward. We need to just pay it forward with each other, regardless of whether we see the monetary gain or the success, whether it's immediate or not, or maybe we may not never see it, you know. But I mean, I say even in these days and age, in today's day and age, that's hard. It's very hard to believe. Like, you know, if you really put your heart into something, especially if it's online or just, you know, based podcast, anything like that, and for you to, you know, put that energy in and not have it be successful, or you getting some type of version of success out of it, you know, because now more than ever, anyone can find the exposure and spread whatever message they want, and that, you know, whether it's positive or not. But again, you know, when it comes to the Black community, particularly the Black community. I think paying it forward is the one thing right now that we definitely need more of, more uplifting and spreading of the knowledge, because knowledge is priceless, but you could do so much with it. You know, you could build empires basically just by having the knowledge.
Right. So I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, just to sum it up, basically that shout outs to just shout outs to all the hip hop heads now who are now taking advantage of these platforms, and realize that, you know, hey, in my time, in my experience, I went through a lot of shit, but at the same time, I learned a lot. Right. And I could definitely do my part and due diligence for those who supported me in my journey by offering all this knowledge back, and, you know, just paying it forward. Because real talk, I learned a lot. Like from, like you said, from whether it was Joe Budden is being in on Lupe's IG Live, you know, Royce's, to Lord Jamar, gosh, from all these different like celebrities and whatnot. But not even just about the game, not even about like Assassin, Hollywood and what, but just you know, life experiences that they've just, you know, they endured, whether it's in or outside of those industries.
Right. Exactly.
Valuable information, y'all. Priceless. But I guess just end it on a good note. Peace and love, everybody. That I think that's how I think that's my parting message. You know, for everybody listening, for the fans tuning in. What about you, Tax? What you got for the people?
Yeah, no, we're
ticket
back.
Holders?
We are back. We took a brief break. I'm excited. We're excited to share with you the next couple things we're going to do. But for now, just stay tuned. Please make sure you guys follow us everywhere. Also, excuse me. I don't know if we talked about it much, but we fleshed out our Discord. We're going to try to get a link, because it seems like these links can expire after a while, which is like weird. I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Discord links do expire after like 24 hours, actually. It's like a quick share.
I turned it to never. There we go.
Hey, never expired. You good.
Cool. I tried that before and it just wasn't working. So yeah, we'll put a link to our Discord in there too. You know, we play Among Us in the Discord. We talk about all this stuff. And, you know, we have we have some, I don't want to say special, but I guess it is special. We have a special thing we want to do with our Discord members that we're going to start announcing soon as well. So if you want to be more involved in things that are FloorSeats, please join the Discord. Link will be in the description. I think that's it.
Yep, and Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, use any or all the above. Yeah, if you want to get in contact with us and share any of your ideas, or just want to say, hey, just definitely would love to hear from you guys.
Word. All right, guys, we are getting out of here. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. We are out of here.